working on a little documentary about the presidential election, and some of my songs have a political theme. Following the campaign trail, it's called Flowers for Peace. I've been giving a flower to all the candidates. Should they become president, that there be peace over their term. In the meantime, I've gotten myself roughed up and arrested by Donald Trump and his minions many, many times. I've been to 39 of his rallies. He may be the devil himself, but I don't want to sound like Alex Jones, so I'm just going to reel that one back and say that he's just a rich buffoon. So here's a little song for Mr. Donald. He's a big man with a big plan, with such little hands. How can you be a man? Big when, oh, when's it all and big when? Got silver spoons, bozo cartoons, big orange baboon, world lays in ruins. Big when, oh, when's it all and big when? Gonna build a wall, build it real tall. Mexico pays all. Donald Trump's wall. Big when, oh, when's it all and big when? Big when, oh, when's it all and big when? I think it's gonna end, 20 days or so? 80 days. Big when, oh, when's it all end? Oh, please let it end. Big when. Nice.
If you've gone to our town hall meetings here, I've met a friend of mine, a brother from another mother.
I'm Rod Weber, an artist and filmmaker. I began giving Flowers for Peace as a way to make a positive impact on the world. Suddenly, the internet had found out, and there were flower beard tributes and fan drawings, and even my image burned on a piece of toast. So, why not harness this positive energy and bring a flower for peace to all the presidential candidates to see if I could have a positive effect on the election?
This is my friend Rod. He comes to a lot of events. We're honored that you're here, Flower Man.
I was freeing hearts and minds one flower at a time. Sadly, Trump wasn't having it.
I witnessed an assault upon peace activist Rod Weber.
It scares people. They might think that they're free, but when they see an actual free individual, it scares them.
Rod Weber was there.
You see what he's gotten written on his very dirty undershirt? It says, love is the answer. Get him out!
Trump's hateful claims channeled a dark energy sparking violence in some and outrage in others.
Black Lives Matter is a fake movement.
All lives matter in response to Black Lives Matter. It negates that it's saying Black Lives Matter too.
Why did you choose to do that? A lot of other people just kept silent.
You got to bear witness.
So I bared witness and kept giving out flowers. But in this new America, a flower was a dangerous concept as the FBI sought new scapegoats.
We face the prospect of terrorist-directed attacks, terrorist-inspired attacks.
How do you distinguish protesters and actual terror?
Threat from these fringe groups of domestic terrorism.
Giving out flowers and hugs got me on a terrorist watch list and an FBI raid with guns out and no warrants.
It's terrifying, and you would think that we're, some kind of drug dealing cartel.
Officers actually entered the home with weapons drawn.
Just woke up to a pistol in my face held by a plainclothes officer.
They were all over the place. It's intimidating.
I'm just in utter shock right now.
They're kicking down the door in Kevlar vests. Looks no different than a night raid in Fallujah.
When the government sees its people as a danger, you've got to fight for peace. The question is, why is peace such a danger?
Keep the peace!
It is noble to seek the office of overseer. However, he who does should be above reproach, sober-minded, only married once, and not a great lover of money.
Am I in trouble?
What say you?
Am I in trouble?
And will you take a flower for peace?
If you liked what you saw, you can help by donating at GoFundMe.com/flowersforpeace. There's a lot that goes into this, aside from the cameras, the computers, the hard drives, and all the traveling to see all the candidates all across the country. I've seen all of the major ones. So we're talking in the neighborhood of 20 plus, if not getting close to 30. And that's even Green Party and Libertarians like Gary Johnson. So by my calculations, I've easily spent over $10,000 just in travel alone. And so this is a project that means a lot to me. And it's not about the money. It's about we need to keep going. And we really want to get this into film festivals. And that's not cheap either. By my calculations, we're looking at another close to at least $4,000, if not close to 10. If you want the breakdown on that, it's $40 per film festival. You got to put it out to about 10 of them just to get into one of them. So that's $400 right there. You want to do 10 of them, that's $4,000, and that's not including the travel expenses. So I mean, there's a lot that goes into this. If we want it to be seen by lots of folks, there's a lot to do. And hey, I'm just pulling it out of my pocket. So anything you can do, if you dig it, chip in, do whatever you can. Thanks so much, everyone. I love you all. Peace and love.
Well, the presidential race in full swing. Candidates are taking to the stump with their respective messages, but it's not just the candidates getting out there.
Yeah, one man with a whole lot of facial hair and a lot of flowers, surprising the candidates, trying to see what they're really like.
One particular crowd member really made a lasting impression.
He's a bit of an unusual sight.
And while some candidates are interrupted by hecklers, Jeb Bush was interrupted by a peace activist.
Bush said candidates should campaign with a smile. That's an idea embraced by Rod Weber,
Boston political activist,
peace activist,
an activist and filmmaker,
aka the flower guy.
Flowers for peace. These are what?
Piece of cake.
The flowers are part of what? What is the routine that you've got going on out there?
So I started to bring a flower around to all the candidates as a symbolic gesture that should they become president, there'd be peace over their term.
By now, Rod Weber has become a fixture of the campaign trail.
I wondered if I could offer you 20 flowers for peace.
You were in New Hampshire.
This man was in New Hampshire with me.
The Boston man, who you see here in the top hat, has followed Bush and other Republican candidates on the campaign trail.
Rod Weber spoke up and asked the former Florida governor to pray with him.
Weber shared a prayer for peace.
Mr. Trump, for world peace.
Can you give me a prayer for each one of those flowers?
It's an act that Weber hopes causes candidates like Bush to think.
Maybe I can get some of these ideas in their head.
Come on up, brother. If you've gone to our town hall meetings here, I've met a friend of mine, a brother from another mother, I guess.
This Boston-based musician has been traveling the country to meet with candidates simply to hand them a flower and ask them to pray for peace with him.
Listen, I hope this goes well.
What better way to take my message of peace to the average person and bring it to people that can actually make change in the real world.
Flowers he hands out, symbolic for growth and change, he says. They've earned him the nickname Flower Man, but different candidates, of course, have reacted differently. Jeb Bush, for one, has fully embraced him.
This is my friend Rod. He comes to a lot of events.
Here we go.
Here comes the sun. Global warming.
Oh man, what took you so long? I'm the last one you got.
Can we say a prayer for peace?
We can always say a prayer for peace.
With the flower man, he's got the answers. He's our man. If he can't do it, nobody can.
But it's not always like that.
Mike Huckabee's doing a town hall meeting in Iowa, and he's going to run into the wrong dude. This guy's name is Rod Weber, and he knows his Bible.
It's a sin to shave. Now you shave, and this is what the Bible says.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
I witnessed an assault upon peace activist Rod Weber by Trump security.
A run-in at a Trump event had him worrying today about getting locked up.
I miss America.
Weber, who has prayed on the stage with the likes of Jeb Bush and Lindsey Graham, was violently ejected from the event and arrested at the request of Trump security when he tried to ask a question pertaining to a previous run-in with Trump campaign in which Weber was assaulted.
I just wanted to ask a question. I was assaulted.
Shit.
Don't push me.
offer you a flower?
Weber says he's learned a lot about the candidates from doing this.
The best way to peace is peace through strength.
I'm much more afraid of Trump's security people or those people at those events.
Mr. Trump, I was physically assaulted at your rally in Rochester. Can you address that?
You look healthy to me.
But in one rally, it got super violent. We even have an arrest. Rod Weber was there.
You see what he's gotten written on his very dirty undershirt? It says, love is the answer. And in a certain way, he's right. Love is a great thing. Love is the answer he's got written. I wonder who mixed with love there. I forget it.
He sees a guy that says love is the answer in the middle of a hate rally, and he goes, yeah, I wonder who that guy gets laid by. This guy's running for president.
They didn't pay the electric bill.
This is not a protest. It is not a protest. I love
They just told me it was the protester that turned the lights off. I love you. Thank you so much.
Am I being arrested?
What do you think?
I'm asking you. What's the charge? What's the charge? What is the charge?
I didn't arrest you.
Well, his security won't be in charge anymore. He's going to have a Secret Service detail.
This man physically grabbed me. He grabbed me. This man grabbed me. That man grabbed me.
I know. It's okay.
What is his name?
You could have stepped out and called 911 and had somebody dispatched to you.
Weber is a documentary film producer traveling around the country with his cameras. He follows Democratic and Republican presidential candidates to rallies and events.
Overall, I've been to well over 100 to all the candidates. I did my 18th Donald Trump the other day. They threw me out of that one for quoting scripture.
But nobody's going to kick your ass here.
Loser! America is a place that welcomes all people, all kinds.
The important thing for me is that it gets people in talking about the idea of peace and what we can do for it.
Can I offer you a flower, Mr. Sanders?
Symbolic gesture that if you become president, there'd be peace over your term.
Thank you.
Give thanks for what we got. Give thanks to her who lives alone.
Look at that.
And wanders.
Seriously, dude.
Her love endures.
We're going to take you out.
Forever and a day.
Shut the f*** up and shut down.
Forever.
You're making a mistake.
Forever and a day.
Shut your fucking mouth.
To her.
Hey, hands off. What's the deal?
Who covers the sun. You are the one. To her. Who covers the moon. You can't be seen. Struck down the clouds. Forever and a day. Forever. Forever and a day. They say we're lost cause, giving some people pause at the altar. But our love endures, our love is pure, it don't falter. Forever, forever and a day. Forever, forever and a day. When we're divided, when we draw lines, our love it shines, lost in the wild, just wink and smile.